All right, so I thought for our first workout in this series, we should probably address posture. So with all the shelter in place and that kind of thing, we spend a lot of time at home. At work, you're probably behind a computer monitor. And then at home, you're probably doing a lot of binge watching too. And you don't believe me? I got 2 words for you. Tiger King. And I think I just made my point. So this workout is going to address posture, and that specifically the seated position we're finding ourselves in a lot these days. You're probably experiencing maybe some knee pain, but most likely some hip pain and aches, some lower back, maybe some shoulders, and maybe even your neck. So what happens is that there's some muscles that get tight and shortened, and there are some muscles that become weak and slack. And the combination of those 2 things cause some misalignments, which cause those aches and pains. So today's workout, all we're gonna need is just a simple garden variety beach towel. That's it. So go find a beach towel. I'll be right here waiting for you. All right, welcome back with that beach towel. So I'm gonna grab that beach towel out of the very ends as far as we can. This exercise is called over and backs. So start with nice straight arms. You keep those arms straight the entire time. So just go overhead and all the way around so that towel kind of hits the back of your hips back there. Go over and back. So we're just gonna do 12 to 15 of these. So we're gonna get some good shoulder rotation here, mobility. You're probably gonna feel this in the front of your shoulders and your chest. Those are the muscles that, as you're sitting at a computer, are getting tight and short. And the musculature across the back of your shoulder blades has probably become pretty slack. So you're probably gonna feel this get a little tight back there too. Again, 12 to 15. And as you get better at this, you can grab that towel a little bit closer in and go over back this way. So the idea is to get as close and narrow as you can with your grip. 12 to 15 of these, and that was our first exercise. Basically just a side bend is all this is. Pretty simple. So feet are together, I'm standing nice and straight and tall, trying to push as high as I can through the top of my head towards the ceiling. Reach up nice and high with my hands. I'm gonna grab my left wrist with my right hand, and then I'm gonna pull with my right arm, pull over as far as I can. My hips are gonna shoot to the left, and I'm just gonna pull as far as I can on that arm. We're gonna hold about 20 or 30 seconds on this. Keep pulling. You should feel this all the way from your armpit, down the left side, into your hips. Trunk flexion to the side here, nice and slow, come on up. Okay, before we reach over the left side, reach as high as we can, nice and tall. I'm gonna grab that right wrist with the left hand this time, and now I'm gonna pull with the left hand over the side. Pull as far as I can, nice deep stretch through my right side this time. Again, all the way from the armpit, clear down into my right hip. Those hips are kind of going out to the right hand side. Pull as hard as you can. Nice deep stretch. Stretch, nice deep breath. Relax into it. Relax, relax. Come back to center. Feel free to do that stretch a couple more times each side. No problem. Go as many times as you want. All right. So our next exercise is going to be that good old-fashioned cobra pose you'd have in a regular old yoga class. I'm sure you've all seen it before. So we're going to go down all the way to the ground. So I'm going to extend, and I want my legs straight. I want my knees off the ground, my hands right at my shoulders, and then I'm just going to come straight up. I'm not pushing off the ground with my hands. I'm just using my hands kind of as a guide. So I'm coming up, squeeze my lower back, come down, squeeze the lower back, look up, go as high as you can. Remember, we're not doing a push-up here. Squeeze all lower back. Arms just guides. We'll go 12 to 15 of these. I don't know, that's probably 3 or 4. Keep going. Squeeze the lower back. Try to keep the knees off the ground. Toes are pointed. Good. Come up as high as you can. Do what you can. Let's do like 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Big squeeze in that last one. No arms, all lower back. Down. Good job. Now move on to the next exercise. Okay, we're gonna get a little torso rotation out of this one. So what I'm gonna do, my knees and feet are about shoulder width. I'm gonna take one hand right against the top of my head, and my head, my hand, and my arm are all gonna work in one unit. I don't want them to move from this position at all. So the whole thing, I'm gonna take down, try to touch that elbow to that wrist, and up. I'm ready to go 12 to 15 on each side, keeping that back nice and flat as we go. Good. Not a race on any of these, actually. This should be a nice, relaxing kind of workout. This is more like physical therapy than actual hardcore workout. Goal in this workout is you're gonna feel a lot better. Your body's gonna be as happy as a Bob Ross oil painting. Good. Let's go 3 more on this side. Good. And we'll switch sides. Again, kind of fingertip pressure on the back of your head. Elbows up. So hand, elbow, head, all in one unit. Hold it in that position. Coming down. Good. Just get some nice rotation through that torso. Again, back is nice and flat. Up. I hope you do a better job at counting than I do. Just not a multitasker. I can't talk and count at the same time, sorry. Let's go, 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And we'll move on to our next exercise. Okay, so this one is probably gonna be your bread and butter if you've been doing a lot of sitting and doing a lot of binge watching. Right? We already talked about that. Outlander, Vikings, Walking Dead, Downtown Abbey, The Boys, whatever. Okay, so we're in basically a lunge position. So 90-degree angle here and 90-degree angle here. I'm gonna take my hips and I'm just gonna kind of curl them under a little bit. It might be kind of hard to see on camera, but it should feel like if I was a puppy in trouble, I'm tucking my tail between the legs. So once my hips are rocked back, then I'm just gonna slowly lean towards that front leg. And as I go forward, tail's tucked, abs are kind of tight to help pull that pelvis and that posterior tilt. I'm gonna feel a stretch in this hip flexor. And if you're really tight, not just this hip flexor, but straight down that thigh, because hip flexors are some of the muscles can be really tight with a lot of chronic sitting. So hold that for 20 or 30 seconds. Nice deep breath, stretching. Lean into that as hard as you can. Keeping this knee straight. And then come back. Come out, stretch nice and easy. And we're just gonna switch legs. So we got my 90 here, 90 degrees here. Taking that pelvis, turn it under. And once it's turned under, I already feel a stretch in my left quadricep just from turning the hips. And I haven't even pushed forward. Now I'm gonna push forward as much as I can, as much as tolerable. I definitely felt that stretch more here in the quad. I'm feeling it in that hip flexor too. Keep that tail tucked under. We're gonna hold 20, 30 seconds. Nice deep breath. Relax into it. Relax into that hip flexor. Yeah, this is one of the bread and butter stretches in this workout, and probably help out a lot for what ails you from all that sitting. All right, knees back out of it, and we'll move on to our next exercise. Okay, so we're gonna keep stealing things from Yoga World. So this is gonna be your basic pigeon pose. Actually, one of my favorite stretches, all-time favorite stretches. gonna hit your low back, gonna hit your glutes a little bit, and if you're really tight, it's gonna hit those hamstrings too. So, and I personally just find it a pretty relaxing stretch. So we're gonna start out with knees and feet shoulder width. I'm gonna take my right leg straight back. I'm gonna take my left foot and I'm gonna turn it so it just passes underneath my right knee, and I'm gonna just slide back and sit on this left hip and relax. You can let your head just hang and relax on the floor if you want. We're gonna hold this for 20 or 30 seconds. Nice, down, relax. Take a nice deep breath, relax into this. You're gonna feel that left hip, left hamstring, and probably your lower back. Just relax as much as you can. All right, we're gonna slowly come out of that stretch. We're gonna go to all fours. All right, back to here. This time the left leg goes straight back, toe point. We're gonna cross that right foot in front of the left knee and slowly slide back and down. So now we're gonna sit on that right hip. All right, just relax. Let your head hang. Nice deep breath. 20 to 30 seconds here. All right, slowly come out of that stretch. Okay, this will be our very last exercise. So we're just gonna do some simple hip bridges. So more than likely with all the sitting you've been doing, the hip flexors are tight and the glutes are slack. So we're gonna come down to the floor. So I want my heels back so my fingertips just barely touch my heels. Knees are about shoulder width, feet are about shoulder width. Place my hands flat on the floor. And I actually want to squeeze my stomach and my glutes to kind of posteriorly rock those hips back. And once they're rocked back, then I'm going to squeeze with the buns to lift as high as I can and back down. Draw that belly button to the spine as you come up. We're gonna go 12 to 15 of these also. Squeeze nice and high. It's all about squeezing with the buns. And when you return to the floor, come down nice and slow. Nice, relaxing when you come down. Good. Try to come down as smooth as you can. Good. If you have to, every repetition, relock those hips back, squeeze that stomach, draw it to your spine, and up. Up. Let's do 3 more. And squeeze the buns, nice and high, as you can. Last one. Good job. All right, so there's the first workout in our series. So took 0 equipment. You can do that anywhere, at home, your work site, even at your desk if you really needed to. And actually, it might have been a short enough workout you can do during your 10-minute breaks too. So you might be able to do it 2 or 3 times during the day. I promise you will feel better after doing that workout. So that's a good way to start, and I promise as we go, we'll get more intense in these workouts. You'll see some of the other trainers here at the Employee Fitness Center. I really want to showcase them as well and get them in on this action. So again, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you soon. Thanks again.